Okay. Want to say welcome. This is Spoon TV Live. Welcome, just wherever you've joined us from. It's great that we're here again. We want to say a pleasant good afternoon to all of you across Liberia. Those of you following from other parts of the world, it's great to have you joining us. Welcome to a very important podcast right here this afternoon, live on Spoon TV. This broadcast is also live on Fabric TV, and it's being carried live on Fabric Radio as well. So officially, this is the Drive Time Experience, a program that focuses on happenings in the transport sector of Liberia, and a program that focuses on happenings in the transport sector of Liberia. We talk about safety-related issues. On this show, we talk to all of the actors in the transport sector of Liberia. We talk to the drivers, we talk to motorcyclists, we talk to tricyclists, we talk to those folks who are making significant impact in the transport sector of Liberia. The different issues that they are confronted with, of course, we get to look at all of those issues. So we look basically at all of those issues confronting the actors in the transport sector of Liberia. So today we're here live from the ELW Junction. My name is Nelson Collette. Of course, my colleagues have joined me. Of course, behind the scene we have Prince Hammer, DJ Magic Fingers. We also have Jurassic Joe, another guy who has joined us here, one of my colleagues from Spoon, that's Super Television. He has also joined me right here this afternoon on this very special interview. And as we said, it's live on Fabric Radio 101.1 FM. And of course, we also here on Spoon TV. And I understand the program is being relayed on Fabric TV as well. So again, we're going to move across a couple of issues we're going to be talking to the guys here on. Most of these motorcyclists, we see them on a daily basis. They go about their usual activities. They have issues confronting them. Some of them don't get to have the opportunity to speak about those very pressing issues confronting them on a day-to-day basis. And that's the reason why we are here this afternoon, to make sure we talk to those individuals. So the first thing we're going to be talking on has to do with the no-go zone that has been introduced by the Liberia National Police. Of recent, it was posted on the LNP's official page that there are certain routes that motorcycles are not supposed to plat. They are going to reinforce that to the letter. We're going to be talking to them on that. And they also have issue with leadership crisis within this very motorcycle transport activities they go about with. There are some issues confronting them with respect to the leadership structure of the transport unions. So we're going to talk to all of those guys on this issue right here this afternoon. So let's talk to the first gentleman right here. Hello, welcome. You live on Spoon TV.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity given me as a cyclist. My name is Mobile HP. We are based at ELW Junction. I run a rehab, Tupo Road, GSA Road. What we're facing from the U.
Based at ELW Junction?
Yes.
Okay, so let's start with some safety issues. You as a motorcyclist, you wake up every day. Are you aware that there are some safety rules that you should be adhering to?
Yes.
What are some of those safety rules you know?
Safety rules, I should get my safety gear, which is my feet wear, my helmet, and that of long sleeve or jacket that will protect me against the cold.
Do you make use of those safety?
Yeah, of course. Recently, you didn't see the helmet because of the sun. If you wear the helmet, it'll be too heated.
Okay, so now let's talk about what's happening within the leadership of the motorcycle transport union. What exactly?
Yeah, the union, now there are conflicting things that we can really understand with the cyclists. The other people can they say they are union, the other people say there's no union. So we have been playing on our mind because you can't be paying money for something that you can't see no accountability. They said today there is the union, front two now, another union come and they say now frontal. But no accountability from the first union that were in power. We voted John Keyon as our leader to speak for we the cyclists, but now we see nothing. Even where, for example, see how the motor about parking on here. Oh, okay. See the motor, but we have nothing that parking or terminal for we the.
Okay, so I want to understand from you first. You guys pay something regularly called the what? You pay a little amount on a regular basis.
Every day about ticket for $20. Then sticker annually every year you purchase sticker and article. The sticker is still for 500, article is 500, sticker is $20 every day. But we pay all that money, then mass valuation, like when you wear fee where they will hold you, they start to tell you pay 500, 600, the party waiting to charge it according to themselves. If you wear in rapport with them.
But who exactly do you guys pay this money to?
Anybody that arrests you. That when you get sticker, any taffel that hold you, you pay the money to them, they will not get you receipt.
Do they come with identity, like a special ID card telling you that I'm from this or that transport union or something?
Yes. Me where I pay, they are front two. They are front two here. So when a task force man arresting you, show your ID card and say I wear along with front two, I hold you for so and so reason. You have to purchase the sticker. If you even tell them say, oh, I just come on traffic, they'll say we'll impound your bag, except you pay the money for we release you. So if you didn't get that money, when I 3 days, we impound your bag for the 3 days. So we pay the money now, no accountability.
So what do you expect from the leadership or those transport unions as you pay this money regularly?
The money I pay, what I expect for them to pay terminal, like when the sun hard, I will be able to park there. Even the conduct workshop for with the cyclists, nothing at the camp. Vocational school, nothing. Most of all, majority not going to school. We only on but no education to even tell you the importance of education because you know money is for everything. If you manage money, you go to school. I did a staff will come and tell, oh man, we get vocational school from 2 to so and so hour that you'll be able to attend that you achieve something tomorrow because this is not a trick. We only doing this to survive.
So you want the union to organize themselves in a way where they will be able to get terminal for you guys and be able to account for the money?
Yeah, I will be very happy of that they do that. That's what we're waiting to see. We want to see the change.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you too.
Okay, we have another gentleman right here. Let's say good afternoon to you. Welcome. You're live on Spoon TV.
Thank you.
Can you tell us your name?
My name is Samuel M. James.
Samuel, where exactly do you run?
I run at ERA Junction precisely.
How long have you been riding?
I've been riding up to 10 years now, especially at the junction here.
What are some safety rules that you are aware of, Samuel? Which of those ones are you applying?
No, most often like for riding with helmet, it's one of the safety measures that most often people tell us to do. Ride with helmet, ride with your sneakers on your foot. Yeah, I believe that's the measure that we always take into consideration.
So you try to adhere to
apply every time I apply to that. Always wear your sneakers when you're riding, ride one person. That is a cautious measure I always take into consideration.
So let's talk about the tax force and you know the fees you pay on a regular basis and how it's going like.
For me, I'm very much disheartened in a sense that because the tax force, they are not in our interest. Most often, whenever you are caught in a no-go zone, precisely, sometimes they'll tell you say 1,005 because you're not supposed to be there. Sometimes when you're riding, a brother will jump on you, hold your crush. Sometimes you will fall and make an accident, and they don't care about that, whether you hurt or not. The only thing they want to impound your bag. And it's not supposed to be like that. So sometimes when they arrest your bag, they will say, for instance, we not to go in time when you take the route to LRA, they will hold your bag. You pay sometimes 1,005, sometimes take your bag out of the police.
Sometimes you pay 1,500 Liberian.
I was seeing 2,000 plus.
When you pay this money, do they give you receipt?
Not exactly. No one gave you receipt. Those that will hold you on the scene, I didn't want you to compromise with, or sometimes you negotiate with them, you pay that money, your bag to be released. So that's how it can be like.
But have you ever tried inquiring from those guys? Maybe trying to find out what do they do with the money, or what are they supposed to do with the money they collect from you guys?
Oh, frankly speaking, sometimes, like for example, we have gone to Mr. Kenyon himself, the president of the motorcyclists, who lost series of them complain, and you will tell them these guys they are functioning. Yeah, they are functioning, they are on duty. The only thing we need to do is to negotiate with them. Whenever we are caught in an act, we should negotiate with them. Because the law stated that when you ride with slipper, the tax is about 300. And now, when you are caught in a no-go zone, it's 500. But they will oversee that I charge will go to 2,000, so now 1,005, based on your negotiation and how your bike will be free. Or if people are resisting or care about to the station. But because Tafel as a whole, they are there to seek the interest of the motorcyclists. But we find that those cyclists that are here, we are always in the act of taking our bike to the police, and it's not supposed to be like that. Motorcyclists, they are so be friends to the cyclists. But cyclists, now the Tafels are always in the act of taking our bike to the police. So now the police will intimidate or in the process, so now beat on us. And it's not supposed to be like that. We are supposed to be brothers and sisters. Because the police are our big brothers, and the task forces to be our oldest brother also. But we find out in the sense that they are always in the act of carrying our bike to the station for the police, so we want to impound our bike, and that's supposed to be like that.
Well, just before we talk to another person, what are two major challenges you are confronted with every single day as a motorcyclist as you get out here to do your hustle?
Oh, my brother, it's very much, but for the reason of that, I only give you two. One, we don't have terminal. Terminal is one of the cardinal issues we're facing. Like for Reading CC, we're facing issues that when we go on people's stores and we drive or we're not supposed to be parking there. And when we go, when the sun is hot, we don't have any area to rest. As you can see, we just scatter here and there. No terminal for us. The sun is very hot for us. You can see me, I'm getting black. This is not my complexion.
You're not a black guy.
I'm not a black person. My complexion is very bright, but because of the sun reflection, I'm getting darker. So I see the cyclist president, which is John Kenyon, to see how best that he can regulate us, because the TAFO, they are supporting this entire setup. They are not helping us. They are tormenting us here.
How many task force do you have?
Oh, there are many. There are many. Every day they are incorporating it. Every day they are incorporating it. There are many. There are many. So we can come, they are uncountable. So we don't know the fig.
Thank you very much for talking.
Thank you also, bro.
Okay, so we stay here, Spoon TV live. We're coming to you from the ELW Junction. Of course, we're talking to some motorcyclists right here. We're also live on Fabric Radio 101.1 FM. So in case you're joining us from there, we want to say thanks a lot and welcome. So we're still going to talk to some gentlemen here. Let's see if we can talk to this gentleman. You can come closer. Hello, welcome. You're live.
Okay, thank you very much. By the way, the introduction, my name is Benedict Smith, Speaker of Concerned Motorcycle Movement. Okay.
You are the Speaker of the Concerned Motorcyclist.
Thank you for that, yes.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, we've been in the struggle for a long periods of time, been there since 2017, which have got with the government who listen to our plight. And let's come to the importance of us in the society as a cyclist. We contribute a light in the society, mostly in Labro, contribute a light. We serve our ambulance to the very area. We take people from one point to another point. We help in the society, but our help are not being recognized for government, for whosoever. Our help are not being recognized at all. Now, when it comes to the setup of unions, now we believe that unions are supposed to be the mediator between the riders and the police. But surprisingly, the union who's supposed to be the mediator between the riders and the police, there are people that are intimidating us day and night. Personally, as I speak, we have more than 13 years in the Republic of Liberia residing in Mosul County, and they have not less than 15,000 forces in the street, and they are hardly to be identified. Some of them wearing DA uniform, some of them wearing police uniform, some of them wearing immigration uniform, some of them wearing AFL uniform, and you can see any of them can come out and arrest people. And we said no, right? By now to say something we satisfied with, but that's something we want to use as a stepping stone to get to where we want to get. So we cannot be intimidated by all us. Then we'll see us as a source of income. Anytime they want money, mostly police or whosoever, anytime they want money, we'll go, all right, let me go arrest 20 bar, let me go arrest 15 bar, and when they will take it to pull it on chin. When they pull it on chin, when you go there, they say 1,005, 3,000, 4,000. And right there, by as soon as I stretch, I will honor. We know that it's a responsibility of the government to provide job for the youth in the society, or provide job for the youth in the country. But now, based on the economy that we find ourselves, we decide to employ ourselves. It's not an easy time for you to struggle to get 150,000, buy a bus, sit down on it, then someone see you as a source of income.
So now you talk about the union. You said the union is intimidating. You said the union is intimidating you guys on a daily basis. What exactly is the function of the different unions that have been established?
Okay, first of all, the different union function, we don't clearly know their function. We don't know their existence. We don't know how they came into existence. We decided to do a follow-up. We went to Ministry of Transport to do a follow-up, how the guys came to existence. Ministry of Transport were not able to tell us. And we know that the Ministry of Justice is responsible to provide security, to certificate security and security in the Republic of Liberia. So we do the follow-up. We went to Ministry of Justice for us to get a proper information based on the security. There was nothing, there was no tangible thing. Tangible evidence of
So it means that you have no idea on what the responsibility of the union is, why they are established, but you still go ahead and give them money.
Yeah, listen, our constitutional right have been violated according to Article 17 that says you are not forced to associate with any trade union in the Republic of Liberia. They got our stickers, they bring our stickers on board, they bring our Adiga on board, they bring our tickets on board. And one Adiga will buy for $500. Ticket sticker for $500. Ticket every day will pay $20. So the 20 times 25 days you will get an amount of $500. Time the 12 months in a year you will get $6,000 Liberian dollar. We pay for one ticket. Then when you come to the Adiga and the sticker, we pay $1,000. And when you add it there, one rather pay $7,000. One rather pay $7,000 to the union. Through our survey, we got to understand that we are more than 200,000 motorcycles in the Republic of Liberia. So just to summarize, or just to come to a certain level, if you calculate 7,000, but you calculate 7,000 by 50,000 cyclists in the Republic of Liberia, you will come to the amount of you will derive the amount. You will come to the amount of 7,000. When you calculate 50,000 by 7,000, you will get to the amount of 35 million Liberian dollars. I show from you, I coming. I show from you from the observation. You can check all around here. There is no parking lot at all that has been constructed by us. There is nothing that the union can boast about. So we see it necessary to engage the government. We said the union they are financial vampire. They have been eating our money on a higher level. So what we want is let the government see a need to do an audit who mandated this man to continue violating our rights. The government.
So now you're saying that you want. So what exactly are you calling for? Are you calling for the government to dissolve the union or to audit the union? What exactly?
Okay, thank you very much. One thing, the government has a right of doing things, but sometimes you listen to the plight, listen to the voice of the mic say. Now, we said that before the guys come together to begin one, let there be a proper accountability. When there is a proper accountability, let me tell the Liberian people, tell us how they are used the particular money. If they can tell us, then we will know, because they've been existing for more than 16 good years. Then from there, we will say, because we notice that you're not supposed to be the money revenue generating entity. Okay. Personally, if you notice they are generating money from one point to another point. So if the government want to bring them together, what we are suggesting to the government is that they should no longer become a revenue generating entity, but they should become a welfare entity that will take welfare.
Okay, now let's talk about this final thing here, then we will move on to talk to other people. Now, of recent, the Liberia National Police talked about the reinforcement of the no-go zones from different areas. They came up with places that motorcycles are not supposed to be and all of that. Have you received any information of such, and how do you welcome this whole idea of removing motorcycles from the principal streets?
Thank you very much. I want to make it clear. I want to make it clear to the public. When it comes to election time, like one time politicians can take us to be important. Now, if you can remember, majority of the bad president to Central, the banner to Central, the government get their money. The same that the government get their money, start implementing that money. Now, for you to say people shouldn't go this place, there should be a total awareness to the people. We know they got other people that can violate in every sector. They got people that can go by the law. But if you carry on awareness on, and the people know where to go, where not to go, then the people will abide by the rules.
So you think you're not being informed? You're not adequately aware of this whole action that maybe they want to take?
The whole action will make it clear to you. the way they take the action is not in our interest, in the sense that you can bring something today, you start implementing it today. If you want for something to happen tomorrow, start doing awareness today, that people will be aware and they will abide by the rules and the regulations. So my last word to those that bringing the unions together. We said bringing the unions together is just looking at forcing somebody on people that they don't love. The unions have been robbing for long periods of time. So we are asking the government, maybe the government feel that someone is against someone for us, someone sponsoring us, but nobody is sponsoring us. We are disenchanted motorcyclists, and we are asking the president, whosoever that attached to the president, we are asking them to not ignore the interest of the masses. Because when you know the interest of the masses, it means that you don't want to work in the interest of the citizen.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for talking to us. Of course, we stay here, Spoon TV Live. We're coming to you from the ELW Junction. Of course, here we are talking to scores of motorcyclists on a couple of issues, from safety to no-go zone to, of course, the leadership crisis in the motorcycle transport unions, and a lot more we're talking about here. The program is live on Fabric TV. That's Fabric TV, and also on Fabric Radio 101.1 FM. My name is Nelson Collier. Let's move on to talk to another gentleman here who has joined us. Could you just come this way a bit? Okay. So, hello, welcome. You live on.
Thank you.
Could you tell us your name?
My name is Melvin Swar. I'm a motorcyclist. I run at the ELW Junction.
Okay. Melvin, let's start with safety issue. What are some of the safety gears that motorcycles are supposed to use that maybe you are aware of or you're using yourself?
Well, as a cyclist, riding bike, knowing fully well that our body is the frame of the bike, it's necessary for us to wear long trousers, to wear shoes or sandals, to always wear jacket, and sometimes you helmet, because the helmet can be used at all times. But these are all necessary things that I think when we're using, in case of any accident, when we fall, we'll not be able to, get some major injury.
So now let's talk about the issue with the unions. Do you on a regular basis pay a certain amount to unions across as you go about doing your daily hustle?
Oh yes. There are three things. They are very cardinal. As a cyclist, you must do on a daily basis. Like the ticket is a daily something.
How much do you pay for ticket?
We pay like $20 every day. If you go to the parking, before leaving the parking, they get task forces there. They will stop you, and you buy the ticket in the morning before you start traffic. If you didn't get that ticket, you will not run to that identical area. For instance, like Rail, you go to Cyclists Junction, Bannerville Junction, and other places. Yeah. And then when you buy your bike, you compulsory to buy the sticker. The sticker is yearly something you get expired every year. So every year you got to buy it. You buy 500.
So it says something like official registration for your motorbike to show that you pay a certain amount or so. How does it really work?
Yeah, it's almost like official now, because when you go to some of those places, they can sell bags. Like at the rehab there, they sell bag there. When you go there, the people will tell you motorbike at 800. When you buy the bag, we'll get you sticker, we give you gas and things. So the task force, the union, they're working along with those people that selling bag. Because they ain't want to get everybody on the street to get sticker. So they go at where they sell the bag, and then you will purchase your sticker from right there.
So when you buy the sticker, do they give you any receipt? Like after paying for the sticker, and then they give you a receipt?
No receipt.
What are the unions that are selling these stickers to you?
Well, we got 13 unions. Yeah, they got the federation, which supposed to be the mother body, all the unions. But then most of the unions they break away because of the financial malpractices, and then when they establish their own union. So if I'm on a federation and I bought my sticker from ELW Junction, I went to places like Valtown or Douala. When they hold me there, another union there, they pull not respect my sticker on that side. They say that they didn't want to sell the sticker to me. I'm supposed to pay a certain amount of money or buy the sticker there before I can be free to come on the side.
So now, with this issue unfolding, our understanding is that there is an effort ongoing to make sure that they bring all the unions together as one. Have you received this information, and what's your take on this whole idea?
Yeah, so the people they band together first. Yeah, we already get federation. You understand? The federation that the 13 unions supposed to be within the federation, and now we're hearing that they're about to form another, or union as without the federation. which means they're dissolving the federation to form another union. But right before you establish an institution, there should be transparency, that will go on when it comes to the finances that have been received all the time operation. But the first time the federation operating, all the stickers, the ID cards and stuff we bought from them, we know what they did with the money. And then those same guys then they dissolving the federation to go again and form another union, which of course we think is not doing well for us.
So you think it's not in your interest?
No, it's not.
So in this case, what do you want to be done here?
Okay, first, there is no way that we can dissolve union. We say no union we operate. The union there to regulate motorcyclist activities. But then when they coming together, it should not be the old wine, new bottle. Yeah, almost like, they dissolve the federation, they go to form another union, then they see a group of people go there again, they carry on the same art that we against. So we need, number one, those guys that need to recuse themselves of their various position, all the unions, and give accountability for the funds that have been received all the time of operation. What they been doing with the money, what the past time.
So you want them to give account before moving on to maybe restructure the union or whatever?
Yeah, almost like an audit. Yeah, they should audit them.
But all the years you've been paying this money, have you ever tried inquiring what exactly the guys have been doing with the money you've been entrusting them with?
Yeah, so we met with one of the union president, in president of John Keyon. He the head of the federation, Form 2. And when we met him, we asked him the identical question. He said when it comes to giving audit or financial report, it can be done to motorcyclists. They get their board where they can go, they have their board meeting, and then within that board meeting they can give their financial report there, so they can give any account to us as cyclists.
So you want a restructure. But just before we talk to another person, maybe we can talk to two more persons, then we wrap up. What are two major challenges you face on a daily basis as you go about doing your hustle here as a motorcyclist?
Okay, so one of the things that we facing, one of the difficulties is the police harassment.
Police harassment?
Yeah, the police, they are not in our interest because the union, they almost like they sold us to the police. But the traffic officer is supposed to go and retrieve our motorbike from the police. But they are the ones that can go and get our bag to the police people. The police people now find motorbikes of me or hustle. They no longer arrest car. Because car driver gave me $50, $75, $100. But when you hold my bag, he said, I'm going to pay $1,500. We start at $750. So when the man arrests, I'm going to sell a motorbike, the man already get full money and get Suzu money and go home.
So police harassment is one of the key issues, one of the major challenges you have. Okay, just share the second.
Okay, the second one here is when it comes to the road safety and in the traffic, the taxi drivers, the keke riders, and and other private car owners, they don't value us in the traffic. When taxi drivers see motorbike men trying to pitch and to pass, that time maybe you try to close in order to make accident because maybe you feel that the man taking his pay. They don't respect in the traffic. They tell it be less important.
Thank you for talking to us. You say your name again?
Melvin Swa.
Okay, Melvin Swa, thanks a lot for talking to us. So folks, we stay here Fabric 101.1 FM. This program is live. We're live on Spoon TV and it's also relayed on Fabric TV. So we're going to speak to just two persons and then we wrap up this very important interview right here this afternoon. My name is Nelson Colel. Of course, my colleagues, Jurassic Joe and DJ Magic Finger is behind camera, Prince Hammond. Of course, we talked to this gentleman here. Good afternoon, sir. Welcome.
I'm okay, and you?
It's great to have you on our microphone. Tell us your name.
I'm Philip K. Zauro, not just a gentleman, but I'm the chairman for the biggest parking lot in Pinsville, here at the Junction.
Okay, so you are the chairman of this very parking lot where we find ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Mr. Chairman, let me begin with you this way. Why is it that your guys here don't have a terminal? Most of them are, raising concern on that.
At this junction, we have negotiated for terminal, but due to the road project, we have not gotten terminal. We can't get the space for now until the road project is over. We negotiated for it purposely, and not the union did that, but working with the union, we're able to negotiate from town hall, and we'll have a space right across there. So we'll have a space very soon after the road project. Yeah.
So now let's talk about safety. Now it's good that you, as chairman of this parking lot, you step forth to speak to us on the mic. Now there are lots of issues when it comes to the kind of work your guys do. You wake up in the morning, get up here to do your hustle. You talk about the safety aspect for those guys and a lot more. How is it like? What sort of mechanism do you have in place to ensure that the guys here are safe? Or that they adhere to safety measures?
You mean the motorcyclists or the task forces? Which one? I've always pushed for the welfare of motorcyclists. You know, this place is a very big and diverse area. You see a lot of motorcyclists coming in and going out. But notwithstanding, we've been working tirelessly, and we will keep working until things can get better. At this point, at this junction, things are not better because of the road project and other issues. So we will work on it, and we've been working on it. And one of the reasons why we are here is just about the formation of union. We see a lot of union coming in, going out, and so forth. The same people doing the same thing, and no different result. As Honorable Komi usually say, we have come to resist everybody who will come here in the name of union, because they all were under federation headed by John Kenyon, and then at certain point in time, some of them were suspended. They left. When they left, they went to regroup themselves again, the same people, and then decided to create another one called Nafonta. And then I'm told government officials are sponsoring that program. So they are telling us that to defeat them is very difficult. And I want to say this to them. Here, at this point, we have suffered a lot in the hand of task forces. We have suffered a lot in the hand of different kind of union. They don't want to come together as one people. And then they want to marginalize other people. They are not disciplined, and they want to discipline the people. So at this point, I stand strong with my people. We will resist anybody who come here.
When you say you resist them, what exactly do you mean, and how are you going to go about doing that?
In the first place, I'm not against the formation of their union. Any union want to form, they go ahead and form it. But I'm saying in the territory, they are bound to step here until they can come and tell us why they form this union, what are the benefits we will get from them, and the type of people who form in the union, we need to know them. Until then, we are not going to do.
Are you saying here that you have absolutely no understanding on how the new union is being established? In fact, you guys were left out of the process.
Yeah, if I keep saying it, it will be an understatement. I'm saying I'm not aware as a chairman who's supposed to inform our people about the formation of the new union. I'm not aware of a single meeting arranged by them. So the only thing I'm aware of, some of them came on the other side to bribe me to be able to give the place to them, and I refused. I didn't give them any credence. But to come to me, to have meeting with my people, it has never happened. And until that can happen, until I can tell my people the reason for which they are forming this union, they are not going to come here. In fact, I heard that they passed a bill for legislature to approve. How can you pass a bill for us that we don't know about anything? You pass a bill in the name of motorcyclists. Motorcyclists are not aware of the bill. So all of these things.
But those guys who are doing this, are they really motorcyclists, or are they from somewhere else?
They have people who just want to live by union, right? Some of them are at our ages. They are not able to ride motorcycle again. They feel so big. So they are just moving all day long, living by union. I can give you an example of few. If you want me to call your name, I can do that, right? They have some of them who are building a decent house. If you see the main house, you will feel working in government. You are never working in government before.
So they're using the union according to you.
You're getting more money. As you say, ticket and sticker. When you give all of the time to arrest 50 motorcycles for you, and those motorcycles, each of them give you $1,500. That big money you make it every day. And now in one place, they do it here across all over Moswaro. You know, motorcyclists are many. You know that. I don't have to tell you that. So they are using that means to get rich.
So in conclusion, what's your call here?
My call here is I wanted to stay away, being it the federation, being it the Nafonta, until all of them can go back. I don't want to go back to federation. They find their settle their differences, or let them be able to tell us the reason why they left federation and forming another union. Until then, they are not allowed to step here.
Now, just before we leave you, tell us what are two major challenges you see amongst the motorcyclists here that they are confronted with on a daily basis?
We actually have been faced with a lot of issues. In the first place, to deal with motorcyclists is not an easy thing, right? Everybody did not go to school the same area, and you see people have different views, different mindsets. Their minds have been polluted by other people, while other people try to pollute the other people's mind. So that unity to bring them together and and have one goal is a difficult task that we've been faced with. Two, the union is not actually doing well when it comes to looking at the welfare of motorcyclists. All of the money they generate, at least they can be able to build areas where motorcyclists can go. You know that we can be rejected every time we have accident. We are rejected to hospital and clinics, except you got somebody strong behind you. So I would suggest to the union, whether they will come together or not, I suggest let them try and find an area where we will get hospital, where we will get emergency room for motorcyclists when they make accident.
If you were to send one call out now as the chairman of this particular establishment or this parking lot, if you were to send out a call to national government, those watching you online, those listening to you on radio right now, thousands of people, if you were to send out a call, one call to government on behalf of the motorcyclists that you are a leader of, what would be that call?
In the first place, the sector is not setting. Things are not well. So right now, I'm asking government to intervene by coming and bringing all of the sector together, that is the tricycle and the motorcycle, all of the hair together to find common ground so they can settle issue. Until then, I don't think government has anything to do with this, because there's no way government can come into a broken sector. So that is what I have to say here.
Thank you very much for talking to us. Okay, so folks, we're about to go. Okay, I think we'll conclude with this last gentleman here, then we get going. This is Spoon TV Live. Of course, we also live on Fabric TV and Fabric Radio 101.1 FM on the Drive Time Experience. So we'll talk to this gentleman shortly, then we end up with you here. Could you just welcome to the microphone? Hello, welcome.
Yes, thank you. I'm Massa Esboe, chairman from Duporo Junction.
Okay, you are the chairman of the parking lot at Duporo Junction.
Very well, I'm the chairman.
So we hope to visit your parking station some other day on the drive time. But tell us, why exactly are you here?
I'm here because the behavior of the newly founded federation, which is a union that is funded by some guys, and just gone Thursday, they visited my parking lot in my absence, and then they gave a citation to one of my riders. And then upon my return to the parking, I received the citation. I said, but where the citation come from? Who brought the citation? They said, the people, they said they are new union. I said, new union? And we got from 2 on ground, and from 2 is from 2 suspended all of the task forces on and from all of the parking lot. And then based on that, I decided to do my own investigation. I tried calling the number on the paper. I couldn't get any of them. And then while turning to carry passenger Pinsway Rally from Duporo Junction, I saw a group of motorcyclists coming to me. Chairman, don't go. Chairman, don't go. I said, what happening? They said there are some guys along the way. They are harassing motorcyclists. We've been harassed on the highway there, and they said task force are suspended. Some task force are there. So I said, well, your wait on me, I come in. Let me go and see if it is true. So this is how I went to assess the road. Reaching red light, I saw these guys. Their bag was packed. Some were in uniform, blue t-shirt with police trousers with a boots. Some were there, and then I said, well, check Park Up in Junction. So on my way back, when I came back, I saw these guys there, so I said, well, let me reach the Zone 5 and give the complaint, because they suspended all of the task force. Then why is it that we see task force along the road? We are not in the know, we are chairmen. So I left, I went to Zone 5, gave the complaint to the Zone 5 police station. And then they said, let's go to Total Base police station.
Yeah, just to wrap up,
So after we gave the complaint to the police, they said, no task force operator, don't worry, we don't know them. We told them to leave. So on our way back to our normal activity, these guys told bypass behind us. They came on the red light barrel and attacked us. After they started taking back key from the back, I asked them, why you guys are arresting motorbike here? Nobody should arrest motorbike, because the president of the federation said all task forces are suspended. They left there, they said, my man, we are the new union fund. I said, well, fine. I received your citation. Thank God you are here. Let me ask you,
what is your platform or what is your objective for organizing this new federation? And then a fellow called Moses Kemu came up with a word say, you are the one inciting motorcyclists. You are the one inciting motorcyclists against us. So you will feel the full weight. In fact, guys, let's get in now. Right away, they release a pepper spray in my eye. As you can see, I'm wearing shades. They release a pepper spray in my eye, and then some cyclists were around. They said, but you can't do this to our chairman and go free. This is how the violence sparked on our day, on Thursday. From there, we went to Zumfa. Zumfa went into it. Zumfa told them, y'all were wrong.
So looking at this entire situation, as chairman from the Dubaro Junction parking lot, what's your call here? What do you have to say?
My call here is, if they have any disenchantment with the federation, no need for them to go beyond kiting to draw another team. The same old team that have been suspended or expelled from the federation due to their malpractices or corrupt practices. They suspended them and then they went beyond kiting funny days. They should go back to the drawing board. Then they go to election and bring new president, and then the new president will be able to audit the entire federation who is corrupt so that we can know, because we have been marginalized by these guys.
Okay, 2 quick challenges.
One challenge is, one, motorcyclists are not trained on the road safety. That's one. 2, motorcyclists need capacity building. There are some here, some of us, we went to school, we have career, but there is no job. This is why they are here. So that our government see a need. Sometimes all of philanthropy or organization CSO, let them come to the motorball fee and then, be able to conduct interview and take some of these career people and employ them so that we can have a better environment and safe environment also for living, because we are youth.
Thank you very much for talking to us. Okay, so finally we'll talk to the last gentleman here, and then we wrap up. Could you just come closer? Hello, welcome. Tell us your name.
Yeah, good afternoon, Spoon, and good afternoon, Fabric, and to the sound, people listening to the sound of my voice.
What's your name and what do you do here?
I'm Claudius Kebiidea, and I'm a cyclist around this junction, and precisely I serve as a head of an advocacy group, the group that is trying to see our best to push the change within the motorcyclist sector, and making sure that those actors that are involved into the motorcyclist unions should be able to answer questions from cyclists, should try to give a proper account to cyclists and Liberians as to how funds that have been generated from cyclists can be have been nukes, and these tangible that can be shown that have been erected by them.
So now we're talking about several things here. The first one has to do with the rearrangement of the unions. We're talking about leadership structure and all of that. Another issue has to do with even the safety of those people, the motorcyclists, as they go about on a daily basis, doing their hustle, their challenges and all of that. Let's start with the safety issue first.
Okay, for safety, as we all know, the form and manner in which cyclists have been referred to within our society, people have placed cyclists in different forms and manners that ourselves, identifying ourselves as cyclists at times become difficult. And so we have been marginalized from all sectors, from all forms. And so when it comes to safety, let me speak directly when it comes to the road. For the road aspect, when the cyclists and the non-cyclists are like in between, like a driver and a cyclist, whether the driver is wrong, people care less. Whether the driver is wrong, alone you are a cyclist, let's say that means reckless. Cyclists are reckless, a couple of our colleagues are reckless, they burn everybody as that. And drivers or road users, most especially, have placed cyclists that they believe that cyclists are not to be on the main road, or cyclists are not to be on the road.
What do you make of some of those perceptions that like motorcyclists are reckless, and all of that?
Like I would say this, right?
Is it true or not?
I would say it's not truth, because let us take this, motorcyclists is of no exception as compared to other sectors. We got, even within the journalistic profession, they got people who are not proceeding well. they got people who violate the laws. And even within the government, they got people who are not proceeding well as well. Even with the police, they got some well decent police officer. Equally so, they got some police officer. You see that you feel like you don't even want to identify yourself as police. Okay, and so within our sector,
so you see not everybody.
So it's not everybody. Within the motorcycle sector, we got determined and professional young guys.
Now, one quick thing just before we move on to the other aspects. Most times we take the microphones to drivers. We take the microphone to other people and talk to them. And one of the things they've raised over the time is that whenever there's an accident, maybe a motorcyclist was killed in the process or something, the next thing you see is that motorcyclists will, without investigating, take on to the situation and maybe try to burn that vehicle and try to take the laws into their hands, more violence and all those kinds of things. Do you guys who are the leaders, do you sometimes try to sensitize some of your colleagues about those happenings?
Especially for our group, we have took on the challenge to do that. But let us all understand this, right? Just a delay is just a deny. And the driver himself is a human, and you know what it takes for one to receive justice. This is an issue that have to do with our society. The fact that we condemn violence will not appreciate or tell anyone to carry on the act of violence, but equally so, when these things are done, justice must prevail. You understand? Drivers, most of them, we got some of them when they see motorcycles along the road, they will slow down for you to get on the road, they will give you time to get off the road, but a bulk of them, they believe that motorcycles should not be seen on any road, whether dusty road, quota road, and all kind of stuff.
And they take advantage of you.
They take advantage of. We should understand that all objects that is created to move human beings, like based on transport business, like shape. A pilot will not move shape like the way he move plane. Motorcycle, if I said on motorcycle, even you bring the president, even you said on motorcycle, you won't move motorcycle like moving car.
Okay, so
understand that.
Yeah. Now I'm being signaled told by my producer that time is no longer on our side. Now, just to wrap up, tell us quickly about this thing that has to do with the unions, the monies you paid, and what you are getting back, and even the restructure that is in place.
The Liberian people have only looked at motorcycles and placed in the West form, but they have failed to understand and speak for motorcycling when it comes to the challenges and this discrimination and marginalization motorcyclists go through. When it comes to unions operation in Liberia, we are saying as motorcyclists, the fact that we need a single body to regulate motorcycle related activities in Liberia, we are equally calling on for accountability. There have been forms generated for motorcyclists that haven't been questioned, and there have been no tangible shows by any of the union institutions. For information, we got approximately 13 unions actively functioning in Liberia, and they are functioning independently. They have sold stickers, articles, and tickets to people. Each motorcyclist in Liberia pay not less than $7,000 a year. If you do a calculation within Max Sorado, we are approximately 200,000 motorcyclists. If you take out the minimum of 100,000 and knowing the fact that not all cyclists will buy by the rules, you will come not less than 90 million a year, just a single country. So that speaks to the volume that those guys have been acquiring wealth with the expense of motorcyclists. They are getting rich. They are building our human capacity while we are still vulnerable. They are sustaining ourselves while we are still struggling. We got no terminals, we got no paved latrine, we got no mini clinic, we got no lawyer, we got receive no justice. As a result, our bike can be arrested and be taken to various zones and depots. And even to Central, you go to Central, motorcycle is not manufactured there, but motorcycle is in a huge number there than even cars.
So what's your call now?
Our call here to state actors that are involved within the formation of the new union, whether federation, whether non-frontal, we are calling on state actors, we are calling on Honorable Koji, Honorable Magio, and all those actors that are involved, that those unions institutions must be able to give account of motorcyclists. They should be able to tell what they have done with forms generated. Other than that, we will resist motors and will resist union operation, because one union is not a problem of the motorcycle sector. We have LMTU in existence, and LMTU did nothing. People broke away and formed unions. They came together a few years back, they formed federation, and end of the day they broke away and they did nothing for motorcyclists. Up to now, we are still under the sun and the rain. We receive no justice. So we are calling on state actors to put halt to the bill that is drafted. They will come and impose anything on us that we are not in the know. We need to review that bill, make some recommendations and suggestions, and we need to be formed part, and we are calling for a neutral body to run the affair of motorcyclist activity. There are no vampires that corrupt the system, that have tarnished our name, that are placed on all kinds of categories.
Okay. Thanks a lot for talking to us. You say your name again?
I'm Claudius KB Hidel.
Claudius, thanks a lot for talking to us. Thanks a whole lot for talking to us. Oh, okay. Okay. So let's speak to this final gentleman. I think he comes from another side of the whole argument here. Of course, yes, and he's from the union, that is being established on the other end. So let's speak to him. Good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon, brother. I thank you for the interview. I'm Stephen W. We are senior. I'm from the union's angle.
Okay. So you guys you're from the angle where the new union is being established, or the guys that have the support from the authorities, right?
Yes, as I said, I'm from the union angle, right? I currently serve as the acting secretary general for the Federation of Motorcycle and Tricycle Union of Liberia, which is Form 2. And we are all agreed to collaborate because we have noticed that every institutions going ahead and doing their own thing, and the motorcycle have been crying all the poor time. And we have been very mad on the process because who the motorcycle is going to go make complaints. We have more than 13 unions now in this country. So who are they going to complain? So we are seeing that even the institutions themselves, they are not even benefiting because at the end of the day, the rest of the national government, they put people on the field to carry on sale of tickets and stickers. At the end of the day, people are doing their own thing, treating the motorcycle. At the end of the day, we suspend them. They will jump from one union to another union, they jump from one union to another union. So because of that, the institutional government they say what a poor time that indeed we need to come together. If we come together, we think that all of those ills in the society, most related to motorcycle activity, it will be addressed. And that's the reason why this thing came about.
This whole idea of coming together is something that has sparked the attention of most of the guys we've spoken to here. Now, the first thing is, some of the guys are raising concerns that the monies they pay on a regular basis to you guys who operate the unions, there's absolutely no accountability whatsoever with respect to how you're spending the money. In fact, you don't give them receipt at all. How true is this information, sir?
If you talk about receipt, some institutions get receipt of motorcyclists. But fronting and making sure that we see good governance in the motorcycles is what we're yamming for, right? And all the unions that came together, they had their own constituents, right? From the Pinville Bill, we had the Federation controlling the Pinville Bill. In the Pinville Bill, the Federation comprises currently of 4 unions. And those unions have been spearheaded by John F. Kenyon, where he served as president for 2 years, and the term got expired since February 2021. And we told him that one thing the motorcycle have been yamming for. We need the tendency of democrats to be protesting in the motorcycle sector. One person cannot perpetuate and sell in authority for more than the years that require. So because of that, we from the angle of the federation, so we from the Pinville and other places where we control our federation, we decided to talk to our people, we decided to engage them, he turned aspire. And besides that, he control 6 institutions all the poor time for 2 years plus. And then he did not make any informal or formal report to any motorcyclist or to the institution that make all the federation. So we decided to pass a resolution, terminating the leadership on that basis. So because of that, we are asked him to leave power so that we can form one body. At least we'll be able to.
I get that aspect, but my question basically has to do with whether or not the union has been giving some reports or accountability on the funds that it's been collecting over the.
This is what I just told you. I told you that 6 institutions came together. We selected an individual called John F. Kenyon. We put all the responsibility in your hands, and he failed to present any report on any motorcyclists. The motorcyclists under the watch of John F. Kenyon, the only federation that existed at the time, composed of 6 unions, benefited, had an opportunity for the motorcyclists where we got money from the Indian University for scholarship for motorcyclists. We got money from CRS to conduct pre-ready workshop for motorcyclists that were not met. John had the opportunity to serve, and he saw mature in the 15 counties, and he did not do any report. And we have the resolution. I have the resolution with me now, and I can also show you that there's a reason why we decided to run a vote of non-confidence in your leadership.
So are we saying here that all of the issues that came up during that administration or that regime of the union, are we saying here that the former head of the union is the one who's solely responsible for everything that's been happening?
Here, one who's solely responsible. Let me not make it understand. Tell 1 minute, please.
You've been serving as Secretary General.
Listen, I said I'm just the acting Secretary General, right? I'm the acting Secretary General. Just March 17. Right? March 17 when I took over acting Secretary General, right? I work with the Federation. Now look, listen to the issue. The Federation had the opportunity to bring all of the institutions together at one. When we were 8 unions at the time, the 8 unions came together and they were unable, the 8 unions came together and 2 back up, right? Because the feed that 8 joint came on, you are not going to serve the way it's supposed to serve. So at the end of the 2 left, we have 6. The 6 that left, because the purpose and the intent of the Federation was to bring all the institutions together. Now if a man leave from here, or rather leave from here and go Bananvi, you have different institutional sticker and the press is different, the regulation is different. So because of that, we actually wanted to see one system where we have one regulation, our motorcycle are going to benefit from the system. But AB failed. 2 leadership, 2 institutions which is come to and link up, back off on the process. So currently we have 4 institutions. And those institutions back off, they had their own administration. So at the end of the day, those agreements that we came out with in the Federation were not met by HOF Kenyon. So that is the reason why we said that 4 institutions, we have 13 unions in this country. Why can we come together? So we think that we come together and we pass it and we put the legislature to be acting the law, we will stand a chance to seek the welfare of the motorcyclists to the fullest. Finally,
now both of the guys I've spoken to, especially the chairman from this ground, and another chairman from the Tupperware Junction, those guys have said that they are not aware of any action such as coming up with a one union. It was not communicated with them. They were excluded from the process. What can you say to that?
Thank you very much. My brother Claudius, people came because the union represented Cyclists from a very constituent point, right? And when we started the process, a green motorcyclists, I've got a group of motorcyclists that were represented in the meeting. Because when we started the process, we don't want to do it alone. We cannot come on the feet and collect all the motorcycles and put them in the meeting and say, this is what we want to do. No. We have representatives, we have I've got a group, we call them and we started the process together. So when we started the process, we engaged and that is what we're about to do. And we have I've got a group that also in the know, and they also in the know as it relates to that. And some of our brothers are being in the meeting as it relates to what has been going on. They've been in the know. But not been in the know.
So how is it that some of the chairmen are saying that they've not been in the know?
Thank you. I just told you, right? Pinve is just one city of Mossoraro, right? And we got so many cities around the country. Mossoraro along Mossoraro County. So what I'm telling you is that the unions, the institutions of Canada have been formed, they are working alone. There are some of them that were informed formally and not informally, right? And that is...
And some were not informed.
Of course some were not informed, right? Of course some were not informed. Okay. But we use the media. No, some were not informed. On a serious note. Everyone not be informed at the same time. Because we use the media to pass the information across. And at times we're supposed to get to them one by one. But at the end of the day, we decided to go on the media to provide the information.
So what can you say in closing? Just in final, what can you say? Because we have some...
What I want to say to my people, I am a motorcyclist. While it's true I'm privileged to serve as a leader, but I am a motorcyclist. I am pleading with all of the chairmen that the point they are pushing is genuine. Let us hold our peace. While we are fighting for to make sure the motorcycle can go at one, all the institutions can go at one to seek the welfare of the motorcycle have not come to being. So we are pleading with them. Those institutions that are served, that they are serving because from PVBR, Fund to have been the one serving here. So we should engage our leader, HOFKO, as it relates to the workings of the institution, and other places will engage our own leaders as it relates to the workings. So let us do it that way. And I to say, you in PV, then you ask someone to Banave. What I want to concern you, it doesn't concern you. Ask someone that related to PV to get you report. So that is what I'm going back. Thank you very much. I'm pleading with all of them. Let us see reason to embrace there's one institution that the institution will make sure that will bring release to the motorcycle sector in the Port Labra. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, folks. Well, you listen to the guys. We out of time. We want to say thanks a lot to all of you for following Spoon TV, Fabric Radio 101.1 FM, and Fabric TV as well. My name is Nelson Colette. I've been here with my colleagues, Prince Hammond, DJ Magic Finger is behind camera, and also Jurassic Joe is from Super Television. He's also been here making sure that we bring you this program like that. We'll talk to you again. Have for yourselves a great day, and bye-bye for now.